Hello my neurodivergent gamers and web watchers. TK here for a new episode of NPC Library, where we talk about those non-playable characters that you find in your world. We've been talking a lot about high school and all those different topics that we will find in our world. I talked about siblings and how you can find yourself competing with your own siblings in either the playground or at home, and how they can affect you. Then I talked about Gigi, and how Gigi is very similar to the therapists that we seek, because when we're not seeing therapists, we can end up hurting ourselves. And now I want to talk about certain characters that you'll meet in the classroom and on the playground. Now, when you look around school, you'll usually find a wide variety of groups, especially in the classroom itself. There are three kinds of people I've noticed. You've got those who are trying their best to get the job done. Then you've got the socialites who are there to, get all that chatting out of the way. And then there are those who are quite selfish and that want all the attention to themselves. They know how to get it, and because they do that, they do all these distracting things all the time. There's a certain character in Hollow Knight that can be a little bit distracting and will always want your attention, because he is meant to be the hero, not you. You're just some knight. Literally, your name is called the Knight. And with him, he can really get in the way. I mean, I've been trying to get certain charms and bam, he's there. And I'm like, oh, fine, I'll go and rescue you and then I'll go and do my thing. So it's crazy to think that certain people will always be in the way, bombarding our senses and distracting us from what our main goal is. There's a difference between a character that I'm talking about today and Hunter, which I spoke about a while ago. This character is not exactly a friend, but someone who's just there bombarding you with everything that's going on. He wants to be center of attention. And the thing is, in this pursuit for being assertive, we tend to forget the difference between assertiveness and selfishness. So, how is the Zote selfish?
Zote, or Zote the Mighty, is a traveler from outside Hollownest. In your playthrough, you discover this cute little guy is here for one thing and one thing only. For glory! With a weapon of great awesomeness called the Life Ender, Zote goes on to take on the world. He takes a whopping 200 hit points and has a weapon made of shellwood, which deals an unbelievable 0 amount of damage. Time and time again, you must free this glorious hero from a wide variety of dangerous monsters. Apparently, the road to glory involves becoming lunch. In the end, after all that you help him out with, what do you get in return? Nothing. He doesn't really give you anything for your hard-earned efforts. You do, however, get to listen to his fantastic presets, or what I like to call his big book of war. His actions end up gaining favor of Greta, the resident writer of Dirtmouth. Her stories are long and yearn for a love, one that may lie in Zote. Zote is someone who wants glory and recognition, but doesn't have the right tools to see him through. Luckily enough, he does get some glory along your journey. But just like our fine insect friend, there are those of us who want that glory, but make quite a few mistakes along the way.
You see, when I was in high school, I had a particular student friend that would always want the attention in the classroom. He always wanted to make sure that things went his way, and if they didn't, well, he would keep really making fun of the teacher and all that. He had his own values, and I respected that, but he really bombarded my own sense of security and my own senses. And I realized that I wasn't the only one that was facing this. There were many students out there that were dealing with this student again. It turned out that this student in particular, our peer, had ADHD and that he couldn't help himself from the actions that he was doing. So I had to accept who he was and then learn how our strengths can work together. Luckily, we didn't actually have to work together, so I just let him be, and I tried my best to focus in on my work, which is quite good for me because sometimes for us that are on the spectrum, we can end up not having as much resilience as others. And so if there's any opportunity for us to build up resilience, then that's good.
So what can you do if you find a Zote in your life? As you carry about your day, having lunch in the schoolyard, you will notice that some of your peers are wanting time in the limelight, that crave attention. These fine people will do anything to get noticed, but usually end up on their bums. Chances are you will find and see a variety of people that make fun of these classmates, but I think there is something better that you can do with your time. Just like the Zote, these guys may not have the right tools to behave socially, so maybe you could help them out. Gain a fellow knight to your friendship circle. If they reject your offer to help, then no harm, no foul. Feel free to let them be. Who knows? They may return after realizing what you were doing.
Before we wrap things up, I wanted to tell you guys a little story. A couple of years ago, I was trying to be as assertive and as out there as I could be, so I could be both entertaining to everyone and have everyone like me. The thing is, I realized very much later on that this was not exactly me being myself. I was being what I called Tornado Thomas. And by trying to draw all the attention from everyone else, I was actually being kind of a prick, pardon my French, to everyone else. I realized that people don't want me to be Mr. Entertainment, Mr. Thomas, who's the tornado. Instead, they just want me to be me, because that's who they genuinely enjoy. The thing is, we want to put on airs and graces and we want to make sure everyone's having a good time. But if we keep doing that, people are not exactly enjoying who we are. They're just enjoying a personality. They're enjoying a figment of what you really are. So next time you're at a social event or in the playground or wherever you may be, remember, you are the right person for everyone. Yes, you may have certain social skills that aren't as great as everyone else, but that builds up over time. And trust me, by being yourself and by taking on board what people say, then you can build a better version of yourself. Anyway, that's about it from me. I hope you guys have a good week, and I hope you guys enjoy the next game we're going to be talking about. I'll catch you next time. Bye!